Ever heard of the Ghana Savory chips? This chips is super delicious and anybody can eat it. And I want to show you today how to make it. So if this is what you're interested, welcome as I show you how to make this sweet, simple, savory chips recipe. So the first thing you'll be doing is to blend our garlic and onions. Do not worry, all the recipe as in ingredients I'm using for this recipe, I'll drop it for you in the description box. Just go and get them. So I blended my ginger and onions together, set that aside, and then I'm sieving my flour. I always advise whenever you're using flour, no matter how neat you feel it is, always sieve it because you never can tell. And aside maybe sieving it to take away dirt, it also helps to incorporate air into your flour, which makes your pastry or whatever you're using it to do to come out in a better form. Okay, so that's why if you see me, I must always sieve my flour. Into that I added some nutmeg and I added some salt, and I'm going to mix everything together to make sure that they are evenly distributed, and then we'll introduce in our margarine. Now the idea is to mix your margarine until you get a bread crumbs feeling, like you know the way breadcrumbs used to be. So you just mix it, and then when you feel like you've gotten a breadcrumbs feeling, just like you're seeing it, that's why I'm spreading it this way for you to see. The next thing to add is our blended onions and garlic. Okay, you're going to pour the water you used to add to this chin chin into the blender so that you get the remaining onions and garlic. Nothing goes to waste on this place. Okay, please be sure to make sure that the onions and garlic are properly mixed with the flour, just I'm doing. Okay, and then the next thing we'll do is to start adding water gradually. Remember when I told you the water that we use to make this, we'll pour it into the blender so we can get the remains of the garlic and the onions we blended. So that's what I did. The measurement for the water, I just poured it in the blender and I'm pouring it gradually. You see me pouring the water gradually and just folding in. I am not kneading, I am not using force, I am just gathering everything to come together. That is why I took my time to show you. I did not maybe fast forward or skip the video. There's no kneading. This does not require kneading. Just gather all of the flour together, okay? And then you spread some flour on your work surface, because we're going to divide this into 4 so that it will be easy for us to roll and cut, which is the main work in making chin chin. So after cutting mine into 4 parts, I'm just going to get a cling film, a plastic wrap, whatever, or a nylon, anyone you have available to you, and then you will cover it. The idea is for us to wrap it and allow it to sit, because I always tell people there's no time I make pastry after mixing or folding or kneading, whatever. I must give them time, at least 30 minutes, 1 hour, for them to rest before we continue. And that is why I'm using the cling film to cover it. After I'm done covering them, I'm going to allow them to sit for about, I think I waited for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, they've sat down, they've rested a while, I'll start picking them one by one, rolling them, and then cutting them to my desired shape. So we'll pick up one, get more flour, sprinkle on our work surface so that the dough does not stick up on the work surface while you're kneading. Okay, so just sprinkle some generous amount of flour. Then make sure you also flour your rolling pin so that it doesn't stick to the dough while you're rolling. And then you roll this depending on how thick you want your chin chin to be. But if you can watch, you can see how flat, like very, very flat, I rolled it, because I believe that once you roll your dough very flat and you cut, when you fry, it gives you a very more crunchy chin chin. Once it's bulky, the chin chin is not crunchy. And what is chin chin when it is not crunchy? The idea of chin chin is for it to be crunchy. So if you have a fat dough, you will not have a crunchy chin chin when you fry. Now another thing to take note is to cut it according to your desired shape. There's no manual to how you want to cut. If you want to cut it square, if you want to cut it but one thing I know about the Ghana chips is like it's always long and spirally. That's the shape. The ones I've bought in the market, the ones I have seen online, is always spirally. So for this one, that is what I'm going for. So what I just need was to cut straight lines. After cutting straight lines, I just use them, play around, zigzag, line up, line down, give it any shape of my choice. So play around. If you have a chin chin cutter too, you can use, but I'm using my what do they call this? I also call it cutter. I just call it cutter, sha. I don't know. I use it to also cut fondant whenever I'm making my fondant to cover cakes. So this is the shape I'm giving my chin chin. You can play around with yours, whatever works for you. And please, if you've watched up to this extent and you've not followed my channel, please kindly follow. I cannot grow without you. Your follow means a lot to me. Please follow, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much. So we're done cutting, and I'm just making sure that I separate them them so that they don't stick together when I'm frying. I'm going to just keep them on this baking tray. You can see that I also added flour. All this is so that it doesn't stick to any surface where I keep them, okay? And this is me separating them, because while you're cutting, some would have joined together. Please always separate before you fry, else they will enter inside the fire and they will go and stick to themselves, okay? And this is me making sure. And before I always fry, there are people that while they are cutting, they are frying. But me, I always like cutting all my chin chin, whether it's this Ghana chips, whether it's any kind of chin chin I'm making. I make sure I'm done cutting, then heat up my oil and then I fry. But if you feel you want to be cutting and frying, whatever works for you is fine. But this is what works for me. I cut before I start frying, okay? So guys, this is it after cutting. Look at how it's already looking beautiful. I know, right? All right, and you see that they are not sticking to each other because I took out my time to pick them one. Use flour to make sure that they are not sticking to each other. So right here, I have heated up my oil while I was cutting, and I'm just going to use one to check that the oil is ready. Please make sure you fry on medium heat, okay? Don't go and use heavy fire on this thing, all right? So right here, I've checked and I feel like it's okay because the chin chin has come up. So I'm going to just add the remaining one. Another secret to frying your chin chin: please don't overcrowd the oil. Just very few is okay, so that they can see chance when you're stirring them for them to separate and then fry on their own individually. If you fill up your oil with too much chin chin, they will not fry well. You will not get a crunchy chin chin. These are some of the mistakes we make whenever we're frying, and it gives problem when the end result comes out. All right, so this is it. Don't fry till it's so brown in the oil, because while you bring it out of the oil and maybe it's getting cold, it gets more crunchy, and then the color start giving you that brown. But if it gets too brown on fire, you might not like the outcome when it comes out on fire. So this is okay for me. But if you prefer a very brown, because I have a friend that likes a very brown, dark, almost burnt chin chin, whatever works for you, please do. I'm calling these chin chins, it's Ghana chips. I normally call it chin chin, Ghana chips. And guys, our Ghana chips is ready. Like, this stuff is super savory, crunchy, and why I like it is anybody can take it, because I give this to my parents a lot. It doesn't have sugar and they love eating it a lot. This is something you can try even in this festive period. This is Christmas season. You can give to your visitors when they come into the house, something to give them and they munch on it. You can even start this as a business, package it like this, put your sticker, and I always tell you, convert these things to business. Anything is business now, okay? So this is the quantity of Ghana chips I was able to get from the measurements I did. I hope you're able to learn something. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I cannot grow without you. Like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. I always bring to you amazing recipe. Till I see you again, I love you so much. Bye.